Have you ever looked at an avocado and wondered why its pit is so ridiculously massive? It turns out that giant slippery seed is a ghost story. It's an evolutionary bribe waiting for a 5-ton giant that's been dead for 10 millennia. The biggest mistake we make about extinction is thinking it's just a tragedy of the past. But what if I told you the ghosts of these dead giants are still controlling the world you live in today? I'll explain how in just a minute. Right now, we are sitting in the silence of the Sixth Extinction. Earth has seen 5 of these near-total collapses before, like the Great Dying of the End-Permian, where greenhouse gases literally turn the oceans into a toxic, bubbling soup of purple poison, nearly wiping out our mammalian ancestors, or the End Cretaceous asteroid that plunged the dinosaurs into a dark, nuclear winter. But here's where it gets interesting. The current crisis didn't start with fossil fuels or factories. It started about 12,000 years ago with a living tank. Meet the Glyptodon. Picture a heavily armored armadillo the size of a Volkswagen Beetle roaming the South American pampas. For millions of years, these 2-ton beasts were untouchable. Then, they abruptly vanished. For decades, scientists have debated why. Was it an aggressive Blitzkrieg by early human hunters, flipping these giants and striking their weak spots with specialized quartzite tools? Or was it a sudden shift in the global climate as the glaciers melted? The truth is far more terrifying, and it's a warning for us today. The Ice Age was a chaotic, rapidly shifting plaid world where giants thrived. But as the planet warmed, the world settled into a striped environment of stable, uniform zones. The extinction threshold dropped. The massive megafauna couldn't adapt to this new ecosystem structure, and human hunters provided the final, fatal blow. If you skip this step, if you don't understand the shift from a plaid to a striped world, everything about modern nature falls apart, and that's only half the story. When animals like the Glyptodon or giant ground sloths died out, they didn't just leave bones behind, they left broken ecosystems. Remember the avocado? It's an ecological anachronism, a living orphan. Without massive animals to swallow those seeds whole and disperse them miles away, the biological nutrient pumps of our planet stalled out. We are essentially living in a haunted forest. Today, the stakes are astronomically higher. We aren't just losing giant sloths, we are losing the fundamental architecture of life. We are seeing a several thousand-fold increase in extinction rates. 1 million species are threatened, and it's not just a moral failure, it's an economic time bomb. Business as usual nature loss is projected to cost the global economy nearly $10 trillion by 2050. Without coral reefs to protect our coasts or bees to pollinate our $15 billion crop industry, human survival is quite literally on the line. But what if we could hit undo? Biotech companies have raised hundreds of millions of dollars to do exactly that. Using CRISPR genome editing, they are working to resurrect the Dodo and bring mammoths back to the Arctic. The idea is that these ecosystem engineers could trample the snow, cool the permafrost, and reverse climate damage. But this introduces a massive moral hazard. If we can just clone our way out of extinction, will we lose the urgency to protect the habitats we still have? Are we saving the world? Or just creating biological invaders for a planet that has already moved on without them? By the year 2100, we face a decisive moment of truth. We can continue draining the Earth's natural wealth, leaving our descendants a degraded wasteland of ghost forests with no birds to sing. Or we can use our ingenuity to protect 30% of the planet, restore missing ecological links, and rewild our world into a vibrant, resilient sanctuary. The choice is ours. What extinct animal would you bring back if you had the power? And do you think we have the moral right to do it? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to understand how climate change is actively reshaping the animals that are still here, click on the next video.